welcome back to my channel. Today I have a coffee in a very large Christmas mug because it's, well, I was gonna say it's the only mug that I've got that like keeps my coffee warm for a long time, but it's a large mug. But I've actually been having my coffee in a full-size Stanley cup recently. Like a full Stanley full of coffee, but it lasts me all day. It's perfect. It's maybe too much coffee, to be honest. Anyway, today I was gonna do an anti-haul. My plan was I was gonna go through the Boots website, I was gonna pick out some things that were brand new and be like, right, I'm sure I've got something that already does these things. We don't need to be buying new things all the time. Here's why I don't need these things. That was the plan. And then I started making a shopping list. So partially because last night I downloaded the Boots Recycle app, which we'll get into in a different video. As and when I do that, I'll talk about it. But the whole thing of that is you need to kind of spend £10 at a time to get these points. And so I had plans of the things that I needed to buy, like SPF for holiday, that kind of thing, in order to get these points that I would eventually spend. And then I started thinking, well, what am I going to spend the points on? And that is where I was when I started this journey. And so it kind of got off the rails a little bit. So we are going to talk about some stuff that maybe I feel like I can already dupe within what I already have, but I'm also going to talk about some things that I'm quite excited about. So starting off with, there's a new brand called Beauty of, it could be Joseon, I don't know. Daily Tinted Moisturizer, sorry, Daily Tinted Fluid Sunscreen. This is really interesting. The packaging reminds me a lot of that old one from Benefit. I loved that. That Hello Happy was like a soft blur foundation. One of my favorite foundations of all time. It reminds me a lot of that. Not that that means anything because it's just packaging. The only thing with this, because I would really like to try this, the only thing with this is in order to get enough product on your face to get full SPF protection, that's like two fingers worth of product. And sometimes with these tinted fluids, that doesn't blend out very well because that's quite a lot of base product. Probably more than I would put on just for a moisturizer, definitely more than you would put on for like a regular tinted moisturizer. So that would be my only concern, but it is really interesting. It also has a pretty decent shade variety given that it is an Asian brand. Usually it's just the super light shades, but this goes pretty deep. Saying that it is a tinted product as well, I feel like that, I mean, they've even done undertones. That's pretty unusual. Another product from the same brand, which I know I have something like this, is the Matte Sunstick. This seems to become, this is like a thing now. I actually bought some of these when I was in Hong Kong, but this seems to be a thing everywhere now because I'm seeing loads of different brands do these sunsticks, just literally from looking around on Boots today. But this popped up first because I've been looking at that previous brand, and I don't know, the packaging. I just think the packaging on these is so good. I am very interested, and it is packaging alone because I trust that an SPF 50 sunstick is an SPF 50 sunstick, and I'm not going to be able to test it in store, and so I'm basing it on packaging, and I like it. I think it looks really slick. I'm interested to try some stuff from that brand. It feels like it's kind of middle of the road for Boots prices. Next, I have this Maybelline Super Fluff, which, in all honesty, I've got a couple of brow products on here. I am susceptible to any kind of marketing about brow products because my brows are so terrible. And so I'm always looking for that thing that's going to make them better, that thing that's going to be like, but this is going to be different, and it never is. And so I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, I really am interested. I have had so many tinted brow products. At the moment, my favorite one that I've got is from Merit, and I really do like that. And I don't believe in hindsight, because initially I was like, ooh, but I actually don't think that this would be any better than the one that I've got. The Hawaiian Tropic stuff, this is actually things that I've got on my list to buy for the Boots Recycle scheme. So first of all, the Hawaiian Tropic Protection Sunscreen Spray, specifically the boys said that they want sprays. My dad is coming with us on this trip, and he has had, continues to have bouts of skin cancer on his on his face. He's had to have a piece of his ear cut off. Just all around, lots of pieces of him have been cut off because of skin cancer. And I suspect he's not going to be as diligent as I would like with SPF while we're in Florida. So I need whatever I've got to be like, I'm going to put this on your face before we leave the house. And so sprays are probably going to be better for him as well. But the thing that appealed to me about this is I know it's going to smell amazing. It says hydrating protection, and then, where are we? Won't leave a greasy residue. That's a tick, tick, tick. Fast absorbing formula. I'm waiting for it to tell me how amazing it smells. Oh, here we go. Immerse yourself in the unmistakable scent of Hawaiian Tropic. That's what I want. I want that holiday smell. That said, I think if I see it while we're going through the airport, I think I'm going to treat myself to a travel size of the Moroccan oil perfume at the airport. If we see it, if it's there, if it's meant to be. I'm not interested in a big bottle, but a little size. I have to know what that smells like because I am obsessed with Moroccan oil as a scent. And when I talked about that recently, so many of you sent me Instagram DMs being like, it's a perfume. And I had seen that it was a perfume, just didn't trust that it was the same scent as the Moroccan oil hair products because it didn't say that initially. It was just like the original scent from Moroccan oil. But you never know. You never know, but apparently it is. The other thing from Hawaiian Tropic that I'd seen, and I know there are other brands that do this, but they're more expensive. This seemed pretty cheap. Oh, actually, this is on sale at the moment, so it's normally $16.99. This is a mineral sunscreen powder. The thing I like about this is your hairline. So, like, if you've got your hair, like I'm probably planning on having my hair up a lot. So then you've got all of this is very sensitive skin. And then around your actual hairline, and then maybe even if I've got makeup on, I don't know how hot it's going to be in May. When we last went, it was August, and it was like after day 2, I was out on the makeup. It was so hot, like melting off your face hot. So I'm not sure how much makeup I'm planning on wearing, but that also is a nice one to be able to reapply over the top of makeup. But I'm actually specifically purchasing it because of the hairline situation. For me and for the boys. This, I remember when this Maybelline eraser came to the UK, and it came in like just like 3 shades. And I went to America and they had these like brightening shades and the yellow shade. It was so exciting. How has it taken this long to get a green? I don't know. I'm not buying this. It's not of interest to me, but I just wanted to highlight it because it's interesting. This, really more than anything, is, again, I'm an advertiser's dream. I'll tell you the thing that appeals to me about this Urban Decay set, and it is the makeup bag. I have bought so many things because I want the makeup bag that it comes in. You put something in a set in a zip-up bag and I'm going to buy it. So I'm not going to buy this, but I just wanted to put this out there. Is it just me? Is it just me? I think this is really cute. It's got, what is the primer potion? How large of a primer potion do you get? Oh, that's decent. A little mini, but okay. So a mini primer potion. You've got the Moon Dust. You've got the mini all-nighter, which actually lasts quite a while. I've had that size of all-nighter before. Also, the primer potion will probably last a decent amount of time because it depends on how much you use, but still. Space Cowboy is the best Moon Dust. Everything about this is really good, and I think the price is really good too. Oh, it was £30 and it's now £10. Right, so at the moment it's like particularly good value. By the time you see this, who knows? But at the time of recording, it's particularly good value. Right, so this is the only thing with the brows that I really am seriously considering. So if someone can tell me that you've used this and it's terrible, that would be great. I have looked into recently having my brows laminated. I don't know whether or not it would work for me because my brows, well, first of all, I don't have a lot of brow, but the brow that I do have, it's not, it doesn't match my microblading underneath. And so the whole point of microbladed brows, in theory, is so you don't have to do anything with them, but I'm still going to have to pencil in over the pink microbladed brows that I have left over. And so is this totally pointless? Ideally, what I want is something that I can just slick over my little bit of pencil to make them like go up and a bit more in place so that I can cover that pink a little bit more. And I'm thinking, is this that product? I don't know. Something about the packaging makes me believe that this is legit. And I mean, it's got quite a lot of reviews. Let's just have a look at this. Oh, part of a promotion. Can we trust people who are giving things for free? Strong hold, good gel. Brushes could be better. Gel's probably all right. Brush takes too much of it. Well, see, I have some other brow brushes that I could use. One swipe, perfect amount of product. Okay, I'm putting that on my maybe list. I'm very interested in that. Same as this. I'm not I don't wear a lot of makeup these days. I don't wear enough makeup for this to be necessarily something I need, but the mini I would consider. Let me just look at the other pictures. This is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Setting Spray. Oh, I'm running out of battery on this computer. What does it say? All day transfer and sweat proof. Interesting. I don't want to cause breakouts. That's my problem with if I wore a lot of makeup in the parks and spray my face with something, maybe my makeup lasts all day, but at the end of the day, I'm like breaking out all over the shop. I'd rather just not wear the makeup in the first place. But it is interesting, and it might be a good test of the product to see how well it works in Disney. I'm very interested to see. It's got rice starch, mineral clay to control shine, and hyaluronic acid. But I'm interested to see if the idea of this is that you put it on instead of a powder. It's interesting. It says it absorbs oil, blurs pores. Everything about it is like, okay, I'm interested in this. £15 for a little mini. I don't think that's too bad from this brand. And for as often as I'd use it, it'd last me quite a long time. Yeah, I'm putting that on my maybe list. And then, lastly, I've got this Maybelline Grippy Serum Makeup Primer. Again, I'm thinking of if I do want to wear makeup but it's hot, what's going to hold my makeup a little bit longer. However, this has got niacinamide in it, which for me is really good for keeping my skin clear. So, will that like balance it out? I don't know. I do tend to like, I know this is Maybelline, but it's L'Oreal. I do tend to like L'Oreal serums. And this is basically L'Oreal by another name. No white cast, does not pill. Okay. It's definitely tempting. But again, if you've tried any of these products, let me know because I do need some de-influencing. We're in the office. I have things behind me. I also need to do something about my hair and makeup because I need to do some things today. And in order to start those things, this is step one. I have a hair appointment in a couple of weeks, but I also have a temporary peach hair dye that has been just staring me down. It wants to be used. What do we think? Because I have a little bit of time, I think I'm going to put in some rollers, but no heat. I'm going to use some mousse, just good old-fashioned Bristow's, and hopefully that will create enough hold on its own without the heat that I can kind of do like a... I do this usually without mousse, but this is a bit of an experiment because I do mousse sometimes when I curl my hair. But I don't... Mousse is not heat activated, right? It's just like pre-hairspray. Let's get into makeup and what I don't need because it's so many things. Let's start with an oldie but a goodie. Why is this falling out of the thing that it was in? It's given me just like a little rat tail. I say oldie but a goodie, it's just like I've talked so much about it over the years. The NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturiser. I love this, but also it has SPF 30. Not all the way, all across the world, but in some countries it has SPF 30 and it has here. Now, as a good example, I'm not going to waste the product by doing this, but I will do like one finger's worth. That is more than enough product. In fact, probably too much, but it's not enough product for, I mean, this is going to be too much, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it for the theory. This is going to be too much product for the tinted moisturizer element, but not enough for the SPF to be effective. And so just bear that in mind, especially if you're going to be out in the sun all day. I know SPF every day, but let's be realistic. If you're not doing that, or if you're not as diligent, when you are going to be out in the sun all day, or if you are on holiday, make sure you are using another SPF underneath, because the chances that you are using enough product for it to be your actual SPF, like, this is too much. This is so much product. This is going to be difficult to blend out. That said, I don't know whether or not that one that I showed you, that new brand, that seemed, it said tinted moisturizer, or it said tinted fluid, but it could be like just tinted. Whereas this is practically a foundation. In terms of coverage, this is like a light to medium
coverage foundation comparable to. And so this is not a good example of a tinted SPF. I also 100% should have put this on first. I've just been digging around in some drawers and I found this, which I'd lost. It's the very last of my Pixie priming oil. I love this stuff. Of all of the oils that I put on before I put my makeup on, that is my favourite one. And I should have put that one on first because my skin is so dry at the moment. It's crazy. What else did we find? Ooh, this. I've got this Tea Tree Sun Cooling Sun Stick from a brand called Bring Green. And I got this when I was in Hong Kong. Excuse me. I opened one at the time, and I know they're only good for like 12 months or something. Is it 12 months? It's probably not going to say because this is not an English language packaging. But I specifically, oh, it's twisted at the bottom. I specifically opened one at the time to use a little while I was there, but also to show you on camera when I was hauling it. And I didn't open the other one because I wanted to save that for this year. It's quite nice. It doesn't really smell of anything. But I like the idea of one of these because you can have it in your bag and quickly swipe it on your face. I'm not sure how realistic it is that you're using something like this on your whole body. It's pretty handy to have in your bag, I suppose. It's not going to leak because it is solid. So you could quickly... Did you see? Okay, cool. Don't. And obviously if I'd been out and about, that would have fallen out. That's not ideal, is it? But you could quickly... No, I won't be turning this upside down. I think I've proved my point. I'm only going to be using this really on my face. And I think this will be good for Milo to like get on his face without having to touch his face. They've all got weird things about like sun cream. Why? What is that? Like even Lee. Last year I put a makeup brush next to some sun cream next to the front door. Like, please use this. And they did. But they won't. They have a thing about having things with their hands. I don't know. Anyway, I really like the idea of that. There's more and more available, but I definitely don't need one because I have another one in a packet, which hopefully won't fall out of its packaging quite as easily as the other. Not relevant to the video, but I am going to put a little bit of this glowy stuff on because this is the Pixie Flawless Beauty Primer, which I should have put on first, but who cares? It's kind of like a tinted glowy situation. I used to never do my makeup without this, and I kind of forgot that it existed, honestly. And I just found it in my makeup drawer. I think I need to do a bit of a clean up my makeup and maybe shop my stash for summer. Interested? I put on some of this Gen C eyeshadow. I've got a couple of these from them, and they're like a cream. Well, it's like a liquid, I suppose. And in theory, you could put them on like full whack and it would be quite bold. The matte ones are really nice, but they also blend really nicely. They don't last super well without a primer underneath, but I'm only doing makeup today to film some stuff, so it's not like oh my god, they smell amazing. They smell like the outside of a Tic Tac. They smell exactly like the outside of a white Tic Tac, which I used to say that's what MAC lipsticks used to smell like, but I don't think that they do anymore. I think that has lost its appeal for me, to be honest. So my recent favourite brow product has been this Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit, but this is just like a mini one that I had. The shade that I've got is 3.5, and I have loved this. I wouldn't have said I would like it as much as I do. I'm going to have to look at the grams, actually, because I know that this is more expensive. The full size is more expensive than the NYX. However, I felt like this mini one lasted me for so long. And they do a miniature one. I think it's better than this. The packaging is nicer than this. But they do like a travel size one that's only a few pounds more than the NYX. I'm going to just quickly check the grams on that. Okay, the mini is 0.4 grams. And what is this? Does it tell me anywhere? I don't know if it does tell me because this is just a miniature one. It might have come in a box that said. That would have been useful to know. But the mini is £15. And then if we go NYX brow pencil... How many grams do we get? So the NYX brow pencil is 10. And why is it so difficult to see how many grams it is? Oh, it's not immediately available, that information. That is so weird. I can't find the information anywhere, even on the NYX website. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's there. But on the NYX store on Amazon, it says 0.9 grams. So it is a lot more. I don't know. I'm tempted to try the mini of the Benefit just because I felt like I got more from it. It might be something to do with the texture of it, like the consistency. Maybe the NYX one is softer and so you wear it down quicker. But I did really, really like this one. I felt like it was quite dry. Anyway, the only brow pencil I have now to use, she says like this is a hardship, but honestly I'm not a fan, is the Hourglass Arch Brow Sculpting Pencil in Soft Brunette. This was sent to me approximately 3 million years ago. So, you know, it's past its best probably at this point, but I didn't like it even when it arrived. I think I was just looking at that time for something more pinpointy. I don't hate it now. I don't hate it. Also, it's quite pale. And when I got it, I was quite dark, whereas now I'm a lot more blonde. So, hey, you never know. Just to kind of fill in that pink microbladed brow, this might be okay. It reminds me a lot of the Smashbox one that I used to absolutely love. You know, there was a time for that. It's a lot like that. But I just prefer a little micro brow pencil now. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to run out and repurchase another brow pencil because I am on a mission to use things up. Also, I have this Anastasia Clear Brow Gel, which I was so mad at myself because when I bought this, I thought I was getting the brow freeze. I thought I was buying the thing that everybody raves about, like it's going to keep your brows in place, it's going to be amazing. And it isn't. It's just a regular old brow gel. And it's the mini, thankfully, that I bought, because if I'd bought the more expensive one, I'd be really mad at myself. But it is annoying because I still did spend that money that I didn't need to spend on something that was the wrong product. But here we are. Brows are done. I don't need new brow products. I've been a little bit into bronzing recently. I've got the Hoola Light. I know, again, we didn't talk about bronzers, but I'm going to do bronze instead of blush. For years of my life, I avoided blush. I was just a bronzer girl, and maybe it's time to bring that back. And while we're doing new things, while we're like, remember what you've got, I'm also going to try a bit of liquid liner. I've been kind of playing with this a little bit recently, and I don't hate it, but the problem I have is my very, very favourite one, I think it was this, Maybelline Tattoo Liner. It's just, this is not what it used to be. Was it Maybelline or was it 17? Did 17 do a tattoo liner? Because there was a tattoo liner that I wore swimming and it was perfect. I forgot I had makeup on. And when I got out of the swimming pool, I looked in the mirror and it was perfect. My eyeliner was like, it was like nothing happened. It was crazy. These were in my days of like, I wouldn't be seen without liquid liner. My eyes actually looked weird to me for quite a long time when I stopped wearing it. It's a little bit like only seeing yourself in glasses and then taking them off and being like, what's wrong with my eyes? I think it looks okay. I'm also trying out a new mascara that I showed in my PR haul from Lancome. I'm a big fan of the, oh, see, it just took off the liquid liner with my lash curlers. Just doesn't seem to stick to my eyes anymore. I'm yet to find in recent years a really good liquid liner. They all feel like they're just a bit watery, and then if you do apply them thicker, then they crumble. It's disappointing. I used to be such a fan. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the Lancome Lashy Doll, and they have just released a new version called Flutter Extension, which is like it's a completely different brush, so I'm not sure. Well, I don't think that I took off my mascara yesterday as well as I should have, because this is not, oh, it might not be that. It might just be that the bristles are so tiny, I don't see how that is coming through my lashes. it reminds me of, was it Roller Lash? What was that Maybelline one? Was it Rocket? There was a Maybelline one, and I swear to God, the applicator had no bristles. It was almost completely smooth with just like teeny tiny teeth. I did not understand that at all. God, that takes me back. That was like a real moment in time where I would go out and get all the new stuff. Maybelline was a real favourite at the time, and I would do like a blog post reviewing. I don't like this at all, not even a little bit. I would do a blog post reviewing each mascara that came out. What a time. Right, I'm just going to go back over it with my regular Lashy Doll. That's so much better. It's 100% about the brush. If ever you need to replace a mascara and either it's been discontinued or you can't afford to get the one that you usually use, just unscrew the top, unscrew this part and put it in the new one. Swear to God, I didn't mean to do that. Almost all of it is the brush. So little of it is the formula, because I've had very, very few issues with mascaras that have like transferred, and I mean more so in recent years. And I don't know if that's my skin being oilier or if it is. We're just going to go even heavier with this tinted. This is not the way it's meant to be used. Yeah, I don't know if it's my skin is oilier or if it is something to do with the things have changed. But I will say in recent times, I actually have had some issues. But previously on mascaras, I would have been able to say I've had very, very few flake and transfer. And it is, for the most part, the brush as to how well it applies. So yeah. If you can just find a basic one that doesn't transfer or flake, use the brush of your choice. This, I think, is one of my favourite lip liners. This is Peekaboo Neutral from NYX. NYX do some really good products, you know. They do. I'm going to do a lip. I just haven't decided what that's going to be yet. Also, I should probably have done this before I did the mascara. But I did want to talk about... Do you know, now I'm saying it, I'm not even sure this is available anymore. But that's not the point. The point is, for me, I do not need to buy something that I actually already have a thing that does that thing. And that is the L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Setting Spray. So this, again, absorbs oil. I'm not doing any powder. It really helps my makeup stay on my face as long as possible. And I'd probably still have at least a half a bottle left because I don't use setting spray all that often. So if I really wanted to, I could decant this into a smaller bottle and take it with me on holiday if I'm not bothered. I do not need to be buying a new... I mean, I have multiple setting sprays and I hardly ever use it. So I do not need to be buying that one from Huda, even though... I just feel like I missed a bit. Even though it does look awesome. And I do love an aerosol. But I also still have my little mini aerosols from Morphe. I was obsessed with this. This saw me through a period where my makeup was looking kind of dry and heavy and powdery and just like, ugh. And whenever I put this on, it all kind of melted together and it made my skin look like skin again. I'm kind of through the other side of like not wearing a lot of heavy makeup, and so I don't use this that much. But as and when I do, if I do like a powder situation, I will still use this. But no powder today, and I'm just going to use that Infallible one and it will do the job. Also, while I was looking around, I found this. There was a minute where I was a little bit obsessed with perfumes, and I signed up to this, what's it called, like a subscription box from Scent Addict. And you get something like this, which looks like a little vial of something, and you put it in this, and that is your perfume. So you just buy a small version of it. What is this? This is Devotion. Okay, I remember this well. It's got like a rum scent to it that is very unusual. I don't dislike it, but it's like really specific. But I was just thinking, I wonder if I can get a Moroccan oil vial to put in this. It doesn't seem like I can. Obviously, it's still quite new. However, on my search, I found a Moroccan oil hair and body fragrance mist. So it's like £26, I think, for a 10ml bottle of the perfume, whereas you can get a 30ml little hair and body mist for £13.50, 100ml for £24. Obviously, it's not going to linger as much as a perfume, but something to bear in mind. Something I'm always looking at whenever I do look in either in store or online is I'm always drawn to lip balm type products, because like they say, don't go to the supermarket when you're hungry. Don't go shopping when you have some kind of thing. Like don't go shopping when you're cold, because you'll end up buying something that you can wear to walk around in. I always have dry lips. I'm like a lip balm fiend. And so while I'm shopping, I'm like, ooh, what I really want is, I'd love a lipstick, but I'd love it to be hydrating. And I now have more of that category of lip product than anything else. I don't need to buy any more. And so just reminding myself, although this looks super dark, this is Blackberry Extra Lip Tint from Bobbi Brown. It's actually very, very sheer. So it looks really nice by itself, but over the top of a lip balm, it pretty much just is gonna give a bit of oomph to whatever that colour is that you've put on. And that feels like a new product to me. That feels like got a little bit of a something from my mascara. Don't look over there. My application is flawless. And finally, another thing that I found on my travels that tells me I probably don't need the Soap and Glory thing. I mean, I still might buy it, but I don't need it, because this is one of the Aki. I'm looking for a label somewhere to I can show you it. This is, oh, here we go. This looks, it's got a U. It's Aquis, right? Aqui? I don't know. Anyway, this is an Alice and Olivia collab from back in the day. And the thing I really like about this is on the inside, it's got the normal microfiber towel. So for the most part, I use it that way around. But this is like a satin bonnet. So if you've done your hair and you're wanting, I mean, let's say, for example, you wanted to get in the shower and you've done your hair, put it on this way around. It's still going to keep your hair dry, but you're keeping your hair like against something silky that's going to prolong your style. This is amazing. I don't even think this is available anymore. If it is, I'll leave it linked below. But just reminding myself, I may get the Soap and Glory one. You can never have too many hair towels, but I don't need it. If it comes to it, I would rather have something else, because I have this already. I have a couple, but for the most part, they've all worn out. I wore them to death, especially when I had long hair. It was so heavy. Eventually, like, things snap. Whereas that one feels like it's a little bit more heavy duty. It's time to remove these. I've mentioned this many times before, but I have a big roller like this that I keep all the clips on so that I don't lose them. And so I just basically have a bag of rollers, and then in the top of the bag I have this, so that I can quickly throw them in my hair, and then the pins are all tidied away. It's the most organised part of my life. Okay, I think we have something here. I think we have something. I actually have been considering buying, which this could stop that, but I've been considering buying a curling iron that works specifically in America. Like, I was looking on Amazon, and then I thought, why don't I just get one from Walmart or something? So that, because we tend to go on holiday to America every year, and I can't do my hair. I think I have one curling tong that works, that's like global. What's it called? What is it called? The thing. We have a different one to elsewhere in the world. Voltage! Global voltage. Oh my god, I feel like that one is stuck in my hair to the point where it felt like I maybe had a clip in. Oh geez, that one was not good. Yeah, I was considering getting a global voltage one from Amazon, and then I thought I can probably just get a cheap one from Walmart while we're there. And so I think I'm going to do that, because none of the ones that I like to use for my short hair now will work. But I don't need to like do it. I just need it to not look terrible. And I think I can kind of do that with rollers. I can give myself a bit of a zhuzh with rollers. And then I don't need to buy anything. I just need to take my rollers and my clips. And there's always a hairdryer wherever you stay, if you needed to kind of blow it out first, or if you needed to add some heat. But, it's It's okay, right? Could maybe flip it. I am kind of missing when I first had my hair cut and it had so much, maybe not when I first had it cut, but like maybe a couple of months in, and it had that like Michelle Pfeiffer in the 90s volume, you know? Maybe I need some layers cutting into it. But no regrets for cutting my hair. None at all. I just kind of want to keep it at a length where I can kind of play around with it a little bit, but it's fun and easy to style, because when my hair was super long, much as occasionally I'm like, oh, I miss my long hair, I never used to style it. Who can be bothered? So in conclusion, I did not buy anything today. I am not planning on buying anything mentioned in this video. However, I have made myself a little wish list for as and when I get some points to use, or if I get some cash back. I got £20 of top cash back in my account the other day, and I was like, I don't even know where this has come from. I can't work it out. I thought maybe it would be, oh my God, my stomach's rumbling so loud. I thought maybe it would be from like referring someone, but it was such a bit like £20 exactly. And I can't work out where it came from. I think I've been rewarded by the cashback gods, honestly. But you know, when I get things like that, like what do I want to spend that on? Because it's free money that is outside of my no-buy rules. So it's nice to have these like little touchstones with like what's going on, what's out there, what might I be interested in. But I also found loads of stuff today while I was rooting around in my drawers, that I didn't remember that I had. So that in itself feels like newness. So if you're interested, I could really do with getting everything out of these drawers and reorganizing everything. So I might do that in a video. It would be a long one, but let me know if you're interested, and do like a shop my stash, set my makeup situation up for the new season. Because I think I did one at the beginning of the year, and then I was going to do them every season, and it's May. How did that happen?